using tax tables, let's say we earn $40,000. Alright, suppose we earn $40,000. That puts us into this tax bracket here. Alright, $40,000. So straight away, you pay this amount to the government, $4,650 you paid to the government. Alright, plus you add 30 cents for every dollar over 37,000. Okay, so how many dollars are there over 37,000? How many dollars did you earn over 37,000? Find the calculator. Oops. $40,000. Take 37,000. Means you earned $3,000 over that. Okay. Of those $3,000, you're going to pay 30 cents of every one of those dollars to the government in tax. Okay. So what we did in here, we did how much we earned, take that bracket, that tax bracket there of 37,000. All right. And what would we do with that $3,000? We're paying 30 cents for every dollar. What would we do to that 3,000? Yep. And we can do that by saying, let's times that by the 30 cents. That would give us how much we're paying to the government. Okay. So it was $3,000, and if we times it by 30 cents, we're paying another $900 on top of our $4,650 to the government. So another $4,650, that comes from here, all right, plus another $900. So in total, we're paying $5,550 to the government in tax, all right. Instead of taking $4,000 home with us, instead of taking $40,000 home with us, we're only taking $34,450 home. This goes to the government, and this goes to you. Alright, and that's how we use tax tables. So question 17, page 52. Okay, a door-to-door salesman sells 10 security systems in 1 week at $1,200 each. Alright, so $1,200 per security system, and he sells 10 of them in 1 week. Yep. For the week, he earns a total of $850. For the week, he earns $850. But in there, he's also paid a thing called a retainer. Alright, the retainer is $300. A retainer, it means if he doesn't sell anything at all, he'll get paid $300. Okay? Find his percentage commission, correct 2 decimal places. Okay, so what we know is he sold 10 of them for the week, alright, but what we don't know is how much commission he was paid on them, alright? So he's not paid $12,000 plus 300 gives him $12,300. That's not what he was paid. He sold these things and he got a commission on those sales when you add it to 300 gave you 850. Okay, so again there's a couple of ways you can do this, but ultimately what we want to do is get X on its own. Okay, now if we were to follow this down, what would we do here? Yes, and what would you get? Just add another 0 to the end, you'd get 12,000. So he's got $12,000 worth of sales and you've multiplied it by an unknown percentage, and then you've added 300, which all up has given you a weekly wage of 850. Yeah? We want to get X on its own, so what's the first thing we can start moving?
12,000.
We could. I'd probably move this first, just because it's out on its own. So I'd probably say 12,000 times X equals 850. How do we get rid of plus 300 here? No, we've got plus 300. What's the opposite of plus? Minus. So if I minus 300 there, that would leave me with 0, wouldn't it? Which is good. Got rid of it. But what I do to one side, I must do to the other. Yeah? So I'm now left with 12,000, that hasn't changed, times an unknown percentage equals 550. Yeah? Want to get X on its own? What do we have to do now?
Is going to do 12,000 by itself.
We want to get rid of 12,000. How do we get rid of 12,000? Or how do we make it 1? Divide it by itself. Divide it by itself. That will give us 1 times X. Excellent. That's what we want to achieve. Divide 12,000. 1 times X will give us 550, clear it off, 550 divided by 12,000 equals point, I didn't get that, 0458, 0453. Okay, so is that the percentage, or do we have to do something to that?
We have to do something to it.
Yeah, what do we have to do to it? Thinking about percentages, we always work with something. You know, there's a stick and 2 zeros and stuff.
Definitely divide by 100.
You try and divide it by 100 and see what you come up with. Can you imagine anyone getting paid 0.0000458.3%? Would you work for that? If you times that by 12,000, what should it come to? It should come to 550, shouldn't it? That'll give you $5.50. Would you work for $5.50? So it's not divide. Try times it. Would you work for 4.58%?
Oh, percent.
Yeah.
No, it depends what it is in dollars.
Well, it's 4.58% of 12,000. What should it equal? Jaden, what should it equal? It should equal this, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
You can always check it. $5,499.99, which is 5,500. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then divide that by 100 because it's 4.58%. Gives you $549.60, which is what you want. Okay, so you times that by 100, which gives you 4.58%. Okay, commission, and then you put that into there, and you would work out that 12,000 times 0.0458, which is your 4.58%, plus 300 will give you 850. All right, so it's a matter of once you find your commission, put it back in and check to see that it's right. So get into that habit, so when you're in a assessment task, you're going, oh yeah, I got it right. Oh no, I didn't get it right. I better check it.